Do you converse with Ericoin or?
Nah, I'll let him sleep. I'll give him the full lowdown tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. All right, you do get a full night's rest.
Do I get
All right.
my hit die back? I believe I do.
Yes, yes, you do. It's
Ooh,
half rounded, basically minimum one.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not rounded up. I know that much.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, and early in the morning, just as Dale opens the door, Cedric rushes in and asks Dale if he's seen and he basically describes the nobleman and mentions that basically he left something at the graveyard and he didn't want him, to leave it there and him get blamed for its theft or something.
That's fair.
Okay.
Dale points Cedric up to his room.
Me, knowing nothing of the previous night, doesn't realize I was
Uh,
actually going to tell him what happened. So,
this would be after he explained everything to you.
oh, so like, okay,
Yeah,
what do you want to do then?
including seeing ghosts. Well,
Well,
I
I call
think
it looking into the
I'm
past. You can call it ghosts if you want to.
yeah.
It's technically both.
I know, that's why I said that.
I think my best option is I'm gonna go investigate that noble real quick before he leaves town.
Well, are you gonna?
BRB.
Yeah, are you gonna stop Cedric from going up there?
Oh no, I'm just
Okay.
gonna follow.
I contemplate following and then realize I already put on my chainmail. Cursed chainmail. You're only good for one thing.
Keeping you alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you sneak up, you kind of subtly go up the stairs and start sneaking up there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you see the tail end of Cedric go into one of the doors. You walk down the hall. You hear some very quick conversation, especially when you get close enough. It isn't like yelling down the hall, like, hey, found out about.
Yeah.
But once you get close enough, you catch the tail end of him saying, you need to go quickly, my lord. I don't know if they followed me afterwards. You don't know if they followed you afterwards and you came here. And then there's a very long pause. And then you hear you can tell like they're talking, but you can't hear what they're saying.
Mm.
You can
I
approach
think
the
I
door
should
closer.
leave. No, I'm gonna. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna choose one of the rooms adjacent to them, and I'm going to, with my thieves' tools, not pick the door.
Yeah. As you approach the door, could you make me a perception check?
Yes. My passive.
Yeah. For a second there, you could have sworn that you heard their door open real quick and then shut again.
Hmm. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep jiggling with the door handle. Oh, here's a thieves' tool roll. Let me try that.
Yeah, it should be your thieves' tools.
Did it? Did it do it? Oh, there we go.
All right, you get it open, and as you're opening the door and like walking in, overly dramatically, the door with the noble in it
Uh-huh.
slams open,
Okay.
and he just points at you and yells, "Stop, thief!"
Thief. This is my room, isn't it? I will roll deception.
Yeah, like other people are coming out and yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're doing the whole like playing the drunk thing.
Yes, sir. But this isn't my room, isn't? And I'll look up at the number and be like, I can't read that.
Yeah.
What room?
Yeah.
What room number is this?
Even the owner of the room is like, just go back downstairs. And then you look at the noble, and the noble looks at you, and you realize he didn't buy it, but he has nothing really to prove you, and so he's just looking at you as you leave.
That's fair enough. And I will stagger my way downstairs. Cool. So I did get a good enough look at the noble, though, right?
Mhm.
All right. I'm gonna do. Is it insight? To try to see if I recognize him.
It would be memory, and insight is like you're looking into his thing to try to figure out who he was. So it would be just intelligence, right?
That makes sense. Yeah, because intelligence is knowing the knowledge. Wisdom is what you do with it. Ooh, ooh,
God
ooh.
dang.
Ooh.
You've seen him like. It was like a one-time thing when you saw him because he was preaching at one point. But he was preaching for the Church of Tila, the god or goddess, and
Okay.
he seemed to be high up in there. It was like you barely saw him, and this is kind of like when you're remembering something. It's like the little flash view, and like you look through the crowd and you just see him barely.
Okay.
And like you shouldn't probably remember this, but you do.
Perfect.
Your memory, though. Like you're
On
just like,
point.
I don't know why
Yeah.
I remember doing this. I pay attention to a different pantheon, but I happen to be here at this time.
Yeah, and you know that wasn't anywhere in the Half Mountain Kingdom. So there, and at the time he didn't have like any like noble things or anything that showed him to be Mossmore.
Mhm.
So you know for a fact this dude ain't from the Mossmore house.
Huh. Okay.
At least not in any official capacity.
All right. But I definitely know that he's a. Okay. Well, now, it confirmed my suspicions of which religion he was part of, but he's also heading to Mossmore, and he's not part of it.
He came from Mossmore. He has basically like their symbol on him,
Okay.
like you would wear if you were part of the house. And you distinctly remember him not being Mossmore.
Okay.
So this is odd.
He
Very
killed someone
odd.
and took it.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
We should kill him and take it and pass ourselves off as nobles. Oh wait, we're not that party.
What are you talking about?
I'm not
chaotic
that
neutral.
character.
I will do it, and you will not know.
Hey, other people think you're a noble already, so
I mean, you had a perfect opportunity during the night.
Yeah, I should have.
so he only rolls nat 20s during the day though.
Yes, that is true.
Or at the end of the
Yeah.
evening, like at dawn or something.
A little while later, if you aren't doing anything.
Nope, that was all that I wanted to do.
I'm probably contemplating sending word back to my village that I haven't found anything.
Yeah. The noble comes down the stairs like, it appears due to various traveling concerns I will be staying here possibly a few more nights.
as I'm just sitting there at the bar.
Yeah, he looks
with a drink in my hand.
Yeah, and he hands Dale like the pay in advance, and leaves the inn. Cedric had left earlier, by the way.
Okay. And I did negate 5 silver for the drinks. I got to maintain appearances.
Your gold is slowly dwindling.
Yeah. Well, it's okay, because once he leaves, it's time for us to go shopping.
Huh?
Or reverse shopping. We're going to go sell. Well, we've got 4 sets of leather armor, since I'm going to switch to the studded leather. And we've got 3 scimitars, unless you want one.
No, it's worse than my longsword.
Okay. That's what I thought.
That's why I took the dagger, because I'm like, ooh, another weapon that I could conceivably dual wield with, because longsword's 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to drop my shield, though. And that's the only problem.
Yeah, if you have your dagger in your offhand, yeah, it'll let you do the attack with the bonus attack. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which, with dex, it's, with strength, it's +4, so.
Nice.
If you don't have the feat, you don't get to add your...
It's not my proficiency. Oh, I don't get the strength mod at all?
Damage.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, it's still +6 to hit, so...
You still get... I believe you get the strength to hit, just not to damage.
Or no, not proficiency, though, right?
Let me double check this. Well, I'm guessing you're going to Cherry to sell your weapons?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you need to look at items anyways, right?
Yes, and actually where you're looking at is going to be, I think, Chapter 7, which is... Might be 9.
Weapon proficiency. Weapon properties. Oh, it's 2-weapon fighting, so it's not in this chapter. Hold on. I always look for dual wielding, and then it's like, all right, 2-weapon fighting.
You can take a bonus action for an attack with your off-weapon weapon. You don't add your ability modifier in that bonus attack. You do consider penalties, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the attack. What about the damage?
I would assume... let's look at the feat to see if it says anything. I think it isn't added, but I'll double check.
I think it's just use straight weapon damage.
Yeah.
And then whatever effects or abilities that are on the blade, so like poison or, magical.
Well, yeah. 2-weapon fighting, 195. Okay, I need to...
I know there's a feat for 2-weapon fighting. I'm just having a...
Dual wielder. You master fighting with 2 weapons, gain... Oh, that's a feat.
Yeah.
Gain +1 bonus to AC.
Well, no, I know there's a feat for, like, you add your ability modifier to the thingy. I just can't remember what the feat's called.
A light melee weapon you're holding in one hand. Oh, is the longsword a light melee weapon?
Give me a sec to check.
Actually,
I feel like it's not because it's versatile.
I don't believe so. No, it's a martial.
But the one in your offhand...
No, it has to be... Both weapons have to be light.
Oh, both? Oh, shoot.
When you take the attack action and attack with a light melee weapon that you're holding in one hand, you can use a bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon you're holding in the other hand.
Mm-hmm.
You don't add your ability modifier to the damage of the bonus attack, but you do to the hit. Okay.
You do to the hit. Okay.
Yeah, because it doesn't say that you don't add it to the attack roll.
Well,
you don't add the damage unless it's negative, which it's not. But I can't do it anyways. So actually, I don't need this dagger, so we can sell it.
Okay. Well, in that case, once you get the ability to get a feat, get dual wielder, because that one gives you +1 bonus to AC when you're wielding a separate melee weapon in each hand. If you spike a shield, it still will work, so you get a +3 there total. And then you can use 2-weapon fighting even when the one-handed melee weapons you are wielding are not light.
Ooh.
If your fighter class doesn't already give you that.
I did not grab that. I grabbed protection, and I grabbed a shield.
Never mind. It doesn't appear to be a feat. It appears just that's a fighter thing.
You do get dual wielder?
No, I didn't grab it, but yes.
Dual wielder. Oh, dual wielder is a feat, but then fighters have 2-weapon fighting as a style.
Yeah, 2-weapon fighting style, and that gives my proficiency bonus to the attack damage.
Okay.
But that doesn't. That still has the light weapon. Thing there.
So you'll have to get the feat, I think, that Alex just
so
said.
I don't need this dagger. I mean, I could hold on to it for now. I'll just hold on to it. I'll have it if for some reason I need it. I'll just keep it, like, in the small of my back or something under my chainmail.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you have that style and then you get the dual wielder feat that Alex just mentioned, you can dual wield one-handed melee weapons.
Well, my plan was to get archery next from fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we were going to sell items, though, so...
Yes, let's do that.
You see Misty just... Well, not Misty. Cherry.
The town is not Cherry Steps.
I'm used to saying mist so much.
Yeah.
You see Cherry working at her forge, hammering away at someone's order.
Fair.
It's not an outlandishly large weapon again?
She's finishing it up.
Oh, it is? It's the same sword?
Still working on it.
Yeah, still the same one.
What is it with this great sword? Like, who wanted this?
Probably a midget.
Yeah.
Probably a kid. He just happened to have the money.
You open the door. I assume get her attention. She wraps up what she can.
Yeah.
So
what can I do for you?
Just a quick thing. She's not a tanner, so she might not take the leather armor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. Here to sell some excess weapons that
There is a leather worker, by the way, and a tanner.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was saying. I knew there was. We asked last time about leather armor.
That's right. But
okay.
I have
scimitar.
Let me see. I have 3 light crossbows and 3 scimitars that
their base price in the player's handbook is 25 gold pieces.
Perfect.
For both, like each for both the crossbow and the scimitars.
But isn't it less when you're selling them?
Yeah, it's up to you, really.
Value.
Some people do half, some people do 2/3.
Generally, I do like half. You can haggle, though, if you would like.
Charisma 10-0. No, I'm good.
I mean, Alex could roll another 20.
I think, what's his charisma?
What should I roll?
Your charisma's +3.
It would probably be persuasion.
Yeah, it'd be persuade.
Where did I click? Did it work? Did I roll?
Yes, you rolled.
Oh, okay. I'm going to haggle for 20.
4/5.
Half would be like...
Half would be 12.5.
So like 13.
Well, I mean, there are silver pieces, so I mean, you could actually do that, unless you want to round
12.5. Yeah, 12 gold, 50 silver.
5 silver.
Like 20. Yeah.
Don't give us 50 silver, that's 5 gold.
That's 5 gold, yes. I keep... For some reason, it's because some of the other shows I've watched... Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, some other systems do hundreds instead of tens.
Yeah. 12 gold, 5 silver. You haggle. You're wanting 20. She'll give you 16.
Deal.
So that's for all the scimitars, and light crossbows are the same price, by the way.
Okay. So 6 times 16.
/ R.
96.
6 times 16.
96.
Just so you know, you can do math with the roll function.
Whoa.
We can figure it all out.
You don't need to put the D in there anywhere.
Ooh, that's what she said.
Aww. That's not a good
sorry,
thing.
It was there.
That's also what
all
she
right.
said.
Wait, we were haggling in gold, right?
Yeah, it's 16 gold.
Yes.
So it's 96 gold that you got from selling
We are splitting this, right?
Yes, sir.
So far we have 48 each.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That I can do in my head.
And
Off to the leather worker, armor seller guy,
yes.
which I don't think we've met.
I don't think you have either.
We were contemplating it, but we ended up just going on with the mission.
So do you want to go to the leather worker, or do you want to go to the tanner?
Well, it's
We'll
already made into stuff, so the tanner wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, leather worker.
All right. You'll be talking to Iris.
You know, in my
All
village, these 3 different jobs, it's the same person.
Yeah. Well, they haven't come to a conglomerate yet.
Well, it's a much smaller village too. I mean, this place. I mean, it's not big either, but there's a lot of people here for some reason.
It's small in comparison, okay?
There's like 10 times as many people here. It's like same amount of land, just 10 times as many people.
Well, I mean, so far with like the people with like the main jobs are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Yeah, and then all the people that work for them, and all the people who run things around for them, and then...
Yeah, there's like maybe a couple hundred people.
Yeah, see?
Maybe. But that's still like small.
Yeah, relatively speaking. Like, an overarching world building looking, that's small, but I came from like 25 people maybe.
Yeah. Well, technically you're like, you're basically like a bunch of huts.
Yeah, so... In fact, I've had to repair my own armor before. I did not do so well.
Yeah. So Iris is the lady you shall be speaking to.
All right.
She's old. What do you want?
Hopefully here to sell some armor that I do not require anymore. Do you happen to purchase leather armor?
I could use some. She like looks at the leather armor. That one looks a little worn, like they're carrying something hard, like heavy, and was rubbing up against them constantly. I'd roughly say it's the weight of a pig.
Probably, I agree.
Referencing back to your knowledge roll.
I don't think they'll be needing it anymore.
Again, it'll be half, and you can haggle.
Let me.
Meaning that each of the leather will be starting at 5 of its normal price 10, and the set of leather will be 22 gold and 5 silver.
Studded leather?
Yeah, no, I'm taking the studded leather.
Okay, you took the studded leather? Okay.
What is this?
Okay, you can get it up. And so instead of the 5, she'll give you 7 per.
Yeah, I can work with that.
You see, this is really good armor. See, you survived that pig kicking at it. You look at weapon prices, and then you look at armor prices. It's cheaper just to defend yourself with a stick and put on something armor.
So go ahead and add another 14, Josh.
Ooh, another 14. All right.
You can actually get good runes now.
62. We can afford things.
I can almost buy an ion stone.
if the DM would allow it.
If they were a thing.
Yeah, wondrous items in low magic system, low magic setting is a no.
Yeah.
So basically, you're stuck with the pages we're looking at now: the adventuring gear, the weapons, and the armor, minus the foci.
Yeah, so this takes a little bit. I'd say, what would you say, like an hour, maybe 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still morning. What would you like to do?
That's a good question.
Oh no, there's no alchemist fire either. No.
I mean, there's torches, and then you could say an alchemist made it and just light something on fire.
No, I can't have a flask of fire.
You can't have a flask of fire. I mean, unless you get like vodka and Aragon fire. Technically.
Molten cocktail.
Enough. Yeah, it's close enough. It's alchemist fire.
No, well, let's see. How much is an oil flask? 1 silver piece. How much is alchemist fire? 50 gold pieces. You know. That oil flask is looking really good right about now.
A poor man's alchemist fire.
Join the Russian Revolution. We have poor man's alchemist fire.
That's you know. Yeah, before I make a comment,
I'd like to buy an apparatus of the crab.
Can we afford it?
I do not have 75,000 gold.
Dang it.
What is an apparatus of the crab?
Oh no, you don't know?
That's exactly what it sounds like. 2 people can sit in it. You can drive around in it. It's airtight. You can swim in it. It has 8 limbs.
Apparatus of the crab. I'm sorry.
Yep.
It's controlled by levers. So it's completely mechanical.
And they're not labeled.
Yeah, they're not labeled.
And it contains air for 2 people for up to 8 hours.
Yeah, unfortunately, I cannot send you down in that and fight Kaiju. I apologize.
However, it looks like a barrel until activated.
Yep.
It's great.
So there could just be one sitting around and nobody knows because it's a barrel.
Yep.
Could you imagine like that just being left alone in a town for so long because it's a really heavy barrel, so no one wants to move it?
Yep.
So, like,
yeah, and then see, get this: a barrel costs 2 gold pieces. So if somebody really doesn't know what it is,
that would be the most hysterical purchase of a barrel ever.
So what you're saying is I need to test every barrel I come across.
I can tell you right now, none of them are going to be that. I'm sorry.
We would never be able to pilot it anyways. We'd end up like going in a volcano on accident or something.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Bullseye lantern? What?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I get what a hooded lantern is. What's a bullseye lantern?
Oh god, it's been so long since I've used one of them.
Is it one that has an aperture instead of just like hoods? So it's like a iris effect?
Here, I'm pulling it up right now.
I'm thinking of the blocky one with the
lantern that was commonly used in the 18th century. Fishermen often used bullseye lantern on their boats.
It's the one. It's It's a singular direction lantern with like a right. Kind of looks like a street lamp, street light.
This one's basically like a flashlight. Bullseye lantern casts bright light in 60-foot cone and a dim light for an additional 6 feet.
That's what okay. Yeah, it's just that when you see bullseye and you're looking in a D&D book, you're like, what is a lantern you can shoot at? What?
It's a lantern.
But as soon as I started talking, I was like, oh, I know what this is now.
You know, that would actually be a very great, like, magical bullseye lantern. It's a literal bullseye lantern. Like, you can mark people with it.
Oh.
That would be
It's
awesome.
Hunter's Mark, only you don't have to be a hunter.
Yeah.
Yes.
You get to spotlight people. But you have to be holding the lantern, would be, like, you know, the thing.
Oh, we could get a 2-person tent.
Woof.
Nice and cozy.
Sickle.
It's only 2 gold pieces. We have a lot of money we can spend if we want to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking through some of the stuff now. I was like, ooh, do I want to get a sickle? Be killing people with that?
George Stickle.
Let's see what else.
Oh, you guys probably don't know Mr. Limpet.
No.
It's an old Don Knotts movie.
Ooh, short sword is finesse and light.
Oh yeah, I should be looking at weapons, shouldn't I?
Maybe.
I was looking at adventuring gear, and then armor, and I just like scrolled over weapons. Let's see.
I think I'm pretty well set on weapons now that I have the crossbow.
Let me look at what I've got for light weapons. But it drops my damage. That's the only problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I like having the shield because it's the +2 AC. Yeah. What's my weapon proficiencies?
1, 2, 3.
You should be proficient with most simple and martial weapons.
Yeah, well, all simple and all martial, yeah. What are my martial ranged options here? A heavy crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
How much? Oh, that's 50. I'd have to trade in my light crossbow.
Well then.
A net?
So
I could totally get a net for 1 gold piece. I'm getting a net.
I'm trying to see if I can get a whip. I don't know if rogues can utilize. I don't think I can utilize it because I'm not.
It's a martial weapon, so probably not.
Yeah.
I'm getting a net just in case we need to do that to someone. It's 3 pounds of net.
Perfect.
If that's okay with the DM, of course.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's see. It's no damage. It's special thrown. I'm assuming since it's thrown, it is dex.
Usually.
It doesn't say finesse. So I'm assuming it's dex because it's ranged.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything specific saying that.
Yeah,
like,
it's
I'm
thrown.
looking through the list.
Oh,
yeah, let me know when you're done with those purchases.
Well, so far all I've gotten was a net. Oh, I need to actually.
Yeah. I mean when you're done purchasing things.
Yeah. Throne.
I'm going to buy an elephant.
Unfortunately, there are none here, but there are some in your kingdom.
I don't have 200 gold pieces.
Yeah, but there are elephants. Can confirm.
You can throw a weapon to make a ranged attack. If the weapon is melee, it's not. It actually doesn't say use dex for ranged. Or thrown, sorry. It does for range, but thrown it's basically saying strength. So it's strength.
Yeah, I think the dagger's because it's finesse.
Yeah, the dagger's finesse. Well, I was just double checking because I've never thrown a net in D&D, but if we ever have to, I now can.
Yeah.
So it's on the outside of my pack, so it's ready, but it's kind of like draped over my pack because it's 2 pounds of net.
I'm assuming that you're keeping track of the experience.
I'm basically going to be doing like as various kind of story beats occur.
Gotcha.
Leveling up.
Yeah, we're doing story-based leveling instead of crunch-based like numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works great unless you're doing something like South Reaches, where it kind of you don't ever really do anything super story related.
Yeah. Yeah, just let me know when you're done purchasing stuff. Something happens.
I have a net. Should I get a trident too?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I shouldn't.
Roll me. If you want to get a trident, you'll need to roll me a d20.
I'm not going to, but it would be hilarious if I did. But a war pick is only one-handed?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a question.
Okay.
Picks. Wait, that means you could be a dwarvish fighter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait till 4th level, dual-wield picks.
Yeah.
Let me just pick your brain real quick.
Yeah, but you
bad.
See, if I wasn't going with the sword with the shield, I might grab a halberd. Or a great sword. This is so tempting. No, it'd be too cumbersome to like drop my shield and my sword and grab another sword. Do you have any recommendations, or should I just stick with getting the net?
Well, if you want to do something really fun that I've seen before, tie the end of a whip to your sword.
To my dagger.
Or your dagger, yeah. And if you've ever watched the Castlevania on Netflix, which if you haven't, you should. It's a really short series.
Or seen the gameplay of the actual games where the guy with the whip just like jumps around all over the place with like a whip with a spike on the end. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's basically what it is. Yeah.
What's his name? I just saw somebody play that too. Yeah, I'd love to, but I don't want to. Like it wouldn't technically deal any more damage than the whip. It'd just make it piercing instead of slashing.
Yeah. Battle axes are versatile.
Well, my long sword does the same damage.
Okay.
And it actually costs more for the long sword too.
Yes, it does. Let's see.
And it's not as heavy.
Long sword is really good. You can block with long swords, but the issue is that you have to do that as a prep action, which takes your bonus action.
So.
Yeah. What I would suggest maybe is doing spikes on your shield.
How? Where?
I don't know if it's in here. I know it's something that you could have done at one point. If nothing else, you can take like caltrops or something. It's an upgrade that you can do in most cases I've seen. I don't know if they've took that away in 5e.
Well, somebody was reading something and it mentioned spiked shields, so.
Yeah, where basically it gets, its own damage. So when you do hit with it, it gets, +2 to the damage, I think is what it is. But I have no idea where those are.
I'll have to look into that later.
Okay.
So, yeah, I bought a net, which probably looks out of place because this is not anywhere near an ocean or a river or a big river or anything like that. It's just like a cargo net. 3 pound net. Is it 3 pounds?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3 pound net. Just like, you don't know who happened to have it. Just found it.
Yeah, so far it seems that, like, the only time spikes things do things technically is for like a dwarvish archetype, but that isn't fun. I don't see how like the dwarves would be the only ones to have learned the secrets of like pointy things while grabbing someone and my armor hurt them.
Yeah.
I don't really think that's a racial thing.
No, it's really not. Like spiked shields, like I'm sure those are everywhere, but basically would just increase the damage if I go to smack someone with my shield, so it's not worth it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if I'm gonna be able to shield bash anyways. Assuming it's okay. How much is a horse?
Horses are actually
75.
decently expensive.
No, but we could get a draft horse each for 50.
Yeah, but you then have to do animal handling is the downside unless you're one of the trained classes.
Okay.
And I don't do good at that.
Yeah, you want to know what's funny?
Ooh, a mastiff.
Speaking of mounts and such, a warhorse costs 400 gold.
Yeah.
An elephant costs 200.
Yeah, well,
yes.
The elephant doesn't need extensive training to survive battle because it kind of just most arrows don't penetrate. But a warhorse, that thing it comes with its armor too, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like.
But the warhorse needs to learn not to turn and run in the middle of combat. A riding horse, if you go into combat with that thing, you will not be in combat for long.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can buy 2 elephants per warhorse.
Look, Sam, elephants.
Granted, though, if it's the one horse companion from the one D&D game I was in, it is worth the 400 gold.
Wait. Tag harnesses and drawn vehicles. What the heck is a barding?
It's a type of armor. And no, it does not do with bards.
I know, that's like, okay, so it costs ×4 if it's had armor added to it. Okay. Yeah,
it's horse armor.
Well, any item here in the tax harness and drawn vehicles. So, like, a sled costs ×4 if you're going to add armor to it.
Barding, also spelled bard or barb, is body armor for warhorses, especially used by European knights.
Well, it just put it in here as a term to mean adding armor to any of these items. That makes sense other than the stabling, because, armored stable.
Our stable is armored. Yeah. But the only horse truly worth 400 gold is
I buy a dog
in our D&D game.
If that's okay, I buy a mastiff.
Remember, you got to pay for the upkeep.
Is that okay?
Roll me a d20. Let's see if someone has a dog for sale.
Nope. Never mind.
Nope.
No stray puppies that somebody charges me 25 gold for.
Well, actually, yeah, roll another d20 for stray puppies.
Yes.
Okay. There is a stray puppy. Well, technically, it's now a stray. Because its owner has recently departed. Which you notice because you hear screaming.
Oh, okay. I see.
And
we head towards that direction. Or at least I do.
Are you done shopping besides this?
Oh yeah, I was stuck on I have nothing else. I was just looking through the mounts and other animals. I'm like, I don't want a horse because it's expensive. Ooh, a dog. Also, just so you know, because of my Wanderer perk, I can find food for up to 5 people. I'm pretty sure, or myself and up to 5 people. I don't need to pay upkeep on this. I can just kill rabbits and feed the dog rabbits. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Perfect.
A mastiff is not equal to over 3 people.
Yeah. The elephant, on the other hand, I wouldn't have to feed either because it would just forage, but that's not the point either.
Yeah. Did you want to get anything else, Alex?
I have already bought everything that I need out of the basic stuff, which is I bought a pack of caltrips for which comes in a pack of 20.
Don't you have ball bearings already, though?
I do, but caltrops are different. Caltrops are specific.
Caltrops will deal damage rather than
our spiky ball bearings.
Yes.
Oh.
And then I bought a pair of manacles.
You mean there? What's that? Why am I spacing the name of that game? With the
Beyblade?
Bouncing balls. You bounce the ball and you try to
jacks.
Jacks. They are jacks. Those are caltrops. Yep. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Those things, they hurt. My poor feet.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did it to myself though, so I can't blame anyone.
Yeah.
But I am done shopping.
Okay, I was just making sure before I'm like, and this happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do get a stray mastiff because its owner has recently departed. You hear screaming.
Is it a puppy though?
Like, sure, we'll say
it's easier to train.
Want it to be a puppy?
Yeah, I don't want a full-grown dog yet.
Train it.
You can have a puppy and train it, or you can just say it's a trained dog.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't be the owner. That's the problem.
Okay, so it's a puppy.
Yeah.
And it's the saddest scene as you rush towards the scene of whatever's happening, and it's Philip's shop.
Oh no.
That might have been the GM role earlier.
Gosh darn it.
Is that why you knew how many shops there were?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And basically, you get to the scene, and there is a dead Philip, and there's a dead Cedric.
Oh no.
And like pawing the dead Philip is a little Mastiff puppy.
Well, yeah. I think it just lists Mastiff as in any dog really will work. Because it doesn't list any other dogs.
What type of dog would you like?
I don't know. I'm not even... yeah. Oh, well, somebody crit their investigation.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Any signs of foul play. Basically, I want to make sure that these two killed each other.
You suddenly become Sherlock Holmes. You get the
crack the eggs.
And looking over the scene, it looks like it's what happened. See, telling from everything and basically doing the whole like dancing around the thing that you see the over-the-top detective things that you wouldn't actually do, but
oh yeah,
this is cooler. Cedric attacked him. He defended himself, ending up killing Cedric, and Philip died from his wounds. But you're looking at it and you're like, this guy's really old. There's no way he should have been able to do like this much to Cedric and or overpower him even for a little bit, because you see like a scuffle, and basically like for a bit Cedric was overpowering him, and you're like, 1 + 2 does not equal 5 here. Like, they were the only people in the room, but Cedric shouldn't have been able to overpower Philip.
Unless Cedric was being helped by someone or something.
And so then you investigate Cedric because of the crit with that.
Yeah.
And there's like an empty pouch of something on him.
Huh. Can I sniff the pouch?
It appears to be empty, but you can roll me another investigation check.
Okay.
I mean, I would help look around the scene, but you obviously know what you're doing, so I'm tending to this Rottweiler puppy.
Whatever it is. Yeah, and it's doing the dog thing where it's like pawing its dead owner. And yeah, whatever he took all of it.
Well, he was probably on drugs.
Yep.
That's the only thing that makes sense here. He was using a performance enhancing.
Oh no. Stop.
Are you unable to fight?
Um,
Do you want to last longer than your opponent in the ring? Take this now.
You know.
Like the name of the drug is literally This Now.
So there's like a flyer on the door, like, I don't know what. There's a flashback. I don't know why you want this, Cedric, but okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shoot. Should we start looting the building or what?
No.
Well, there are people that have gathered outside because someone screamed because they found, them dead.
I am not going to loot them. I'm going to start questioning the witnesses.
There were no witnesses.
Okay.
Yeah. And even if there
we
were...
We would have heard screaming earlier if there were.
Yeah.
Fair.
And you, just from looking around the room, know more than them. Everyone else assumes there had to have been more people in there. And you're like, no, this old man took some drugs. I don't know what he took. But this man was roided up or something.
Okay. Is there some sort of town guard or something that shows up? Because we have seen no town guard so far.
Yeah, at this point, there are some people who are, like, keep the peace. And are, like, asking you to, back away while they try to handle this.
I'm already holding the puppy.
Sure.
No one knows you took the puppy.
No one knows he had a puppy. This thing's young.
Yeah, this thing's, like, young. He probably, like, just got it. He was going to give it a lovely home. And then he got murdered.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
Druggy tweaker.
Maybe that's how Cedric even got in here. Like, he was going to check on the pet that he just bought him, and then he...
Okay, well, I just want to know if there's a next of kin.
No. Not anywhere nearby, anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
He came out here, prove his worth as an herbalist.
Well, he did do that, but...
He did do that.
Okay. Well, I think once things calm down, I'm gonna meander my way over to the graveyard.
Alrighty then.
And as I approach, do I see signs of anyone in this area that besides normal people?
Like currently or have been?
No, like currently around.
Make me a perception check.
Okay.
I'm right behind you.
I'm going to tell you right now, I know everything!
Well, you knew I was with you.
Of course you crit.
It's daytime.
It's daytime. You're like a flower. You just bloom in the day. Okay. So
during the middle of the day, you become the night.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that was your stealth roll.
Yeah, you like look over the thing and it isn't like there's someone there, but you notice something odd. It isn't something you would notice with any lower perception. You would totally have missed this if you hadn't rolled this high. You see basically the earth on a lot of the graves is just slightly off.
Oh.
Do you point this out?
Yes.
That's not good. That's from what you told me about the conversation that he was having before. I think these alchemists been bringing the dead back to life. Yeah, these alchemists might think they're necromancers.
More than think.
Believe?
No, I think they're actually practicing.
You could check.
Yep. Should we come back in the dark of the night, or should we just do it now?
People are going to be distracted with the thing.
This would probably be the best time to check, but we don't have a shovel.
Cedric has a shovel.
Cedric has many things that I was hoping to abscond with, since apparently no one else can claim it.
Shovel? I don't see a shovel. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but there's his shovel is there.
No, like I walk right past it,
Yeah,
and like I don't see a
yeah.
shovel. Wow, it's almost like it's real life.
Oh, see, I'm looking for his personal effects. I'm looking for a journal or gold.
Yeah, but I mentioned you asked if we should check about the graves, and I was like, I walk right by a shovel, and I don't see it.
There is a book. It's a prayer book that he has like written in some stuff, which is mostly kind of the creepy cult stuff you'd expect.
Yep.
Hey, do you see a shovel?
His personal effects in terms of gold, you remember seeing him hand it to the noble.
Mm-hmm.
So that's currently probably all of it is. Other than that, he left his shovel there.
I walk by it again.
There's a bed.
I will hand you a broom. No, I'm kidding. I'll give you the shovel.
Oh, why didn't I see this? It was right in front of me the whole time. I walk outside, think for a second, walk back in. Maybe I shouldn't dig up graves, even if they've already been dug up. Put the shovel back.
Well, I will.
Hand you the shovel then. Okay, I'm going back to town.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm the new gravedigger now.
I play gravedigger in defense mode.
Look at me. I'm the gravedigger now. Well, you're also a quarterling, so you're stronger than you expect. So I expect you to put a little bit more force in it once he leaves.
Yes.
Well, no, I'm gone before you even start. I'm like, nope, I'm out. Because I realized this is a really bad idea.
Yeah. And you dig it up, and there is a coffin there.
Okay.
Do you open the coffin?
Yep.
There's nothing inside.
Bom, bom, bom.
Do you check some of the other graves?
Yes.
It's the same thing.
That's what I feared. I will, of course, put everything back in order.
Sans bodies.
Mm-hmm. You know what that means? I have free real estate.
Yeah, and it looks like the bodies weren't in there for a long time.
Yeah, okay. So they were only buried enough for the families to be like, okay, get out, and then they sold the bodies off. Or, well, not even sold them. Okay. Perfect. Well, shoot.
How much is a strong drink?
Good question. It's in the equipment stuff down towards the bottom.
Do I still have that open? I do.
I would say, like, if you just want a strong, like, ale, that's like a gold. If you want, like, really refined things just to knock you straight out, it'd be more.
Yeah. Is it under lifestyle expenses?
If you're looking for the heavy stuff, it's usually either 10 or 5.
Let's see here. No, it's not wine that I want.
You want whiskey?
So I'm going to say, like, if you want the strongest stuff Dale has, that's going to be like a 10 gold thing.
Yeah, because it really only lists... I remember looking for this before. It only lists ale and wine in the player's handbook. It's like, I don't want ale, I don't want wine, I want vodka.
Stuff you can get at the supermarket, not stuff you get at a specialty store.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I'll spend 10 gold, and I will be not so lucid by the time you get back.
Okay.
I will also have a better room, though, so, there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Well, once I get back, I'm going to explain to you that I'm going to be taking over the grave digging responsibilities. I'm going to be asserting myself into that position. Maybe I can get a little bit closer to figuring out what's going on. I will make sure when I tell him, I'm going to tell him in the separate, the confines of our own.
Yeah, we're in my comfortable room, because now I can afford that. Yeah. And, hold on. Why did I... Hold on. That's, let me pay for this correctly instead of overcharging myself.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. That makes more sense. My Rottweiler, who I have already named Shasta, has her own bed, like a little dog bed.
Okay.
Because I got the more comfortable room. You're taking over the grave digging duties?
Yeah. Yep.
Did you tell me what you found in the graves, or are you just telling me that you're taking over grave digging duty?
Oh yeah, no, I'll tell you that I'm going to be taking over the grave duties because apparently the bodies don't make it to the ground.
Or at least not for long, from what you've said.
Yeah.
So we're sticking. So you're planning on sticking around for a while longer then?
Yeah, at least until I can appoint someone that I can trust, or until I find out where these alchemists are and shut them down.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe leaving tomorrow to try to find these alchemists.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the town will, of course, come up with their own gravekeeper.
Yeah. While you're talking, you then hear like a kind of loud knocking on your door.
Of course.